Hello and welcome to the 18th Tribal Council for Surviving 1984 Happily Never After. So, Benner, you won immunity last night. How does it feel knowing that you have a guaranteed spot in the final six after leaving pre-jury in your original season?
It feels terrible. I don't, it feels great. Obviously it feels great. Survivor has never been a game I'm very good at, mostly because as you have all at one time or another seen, suck at talking to multiple people at one time. Um, so doing this well in a Survivor and after coming back after doing so poorly my first time around, is giving me a new love for Survivor games and making me think maybe I am more cut out for Survivor games than I thought, and maybe I'll apply for another one in the future. But yeah, 10 out of 10. We're feeling good.
Love it. Maddie, how does the game change as numbers dwindle and you get closer to the end?
I One sec. I mean, I think that it just gets harder to know what relationships are there amongst people and how to navigate that. And when numbers, I almost said numbers, when when numbers dwindle, it's also kind of hard to know where you stand in the game and your threat level and the things that come along with that as well. So I think it is always changing because threat can, pop up after one vote if you were able to do something, or your threat can decrease, or new relationships can pop up. I think that it's just good to try to observe things and go from there.
Okay. So, Eric, we've seen quite a few blindsides this season. Is a blindside possible at Final Seven with so few names available to be thrown out?
I've always said that Final Seven is always like, the crazy round where where it's just something always happens, but we've just been it's been so wild to have it like in the past couple rounds, actually, but I mean, anything's possible. I think I've kind of come to the point where you just kind of have to be prepared for any round being your time. And so that kind of prevents you from going too crazy, I guess.
Aaron, so what do you look for in someone who you are trying to take to the end with you?
Um, that's an interesting question, because here's the thing: in any other game, I would usually loyalty, and trust, but that's not something that this game has provided very often. So, this time around, it's truly just whoever I can get there with, because I have a firm belief that if you don't believe at the end that you can beat anybody else in the game, then you don't actually deserve to win. So I will get there with whoever I get there with, and I will believe myself to be the winner regardless of the combination. So right now, for me, it's not about getting there with particular people. It's just about getting there.
Okay. John, are you able to answer a question?
I can try.
Okay. So John, you saw your name come up at the last tribal. Do you think that could be an easy reason to take a shot at you again?
Yeah, absolutely. That's happened to, I feel like, anyone who's had their name out in a tribal. It seems to reappear more often than not. So yeah, that's absolutely been something that's been on my mind, but you just have to hope you can trust in the people who tell you that they're doing what they're doing. And that's kind of like you do at that point.
So Dave, with so few votes making up a majority, how do you manage finding the votes, but also not stepping on toes about who to target?
I think hopefully you can hear me okay. That's a tricky aspect of it, I guess. How do you find the votes without stepping on toes? I think what I found is just kind of trusting the path of kind of like where you hear from other people, and you just have to kind of like trust that that's where things are going, join in that, direction, I guess, which I guess isn't a great answer. I feel like it's not quite an answer towards pulling votes. But I feel like this round, I haven't really been able to, haven't been able to think about trying to pull votes. It's more like, okay, trying to think about just voting in the right spot.
And Casey, there's been some talks about whether this game will end with a final 2 or a final 3. How does not knowing this affect your game?
Not at all. I'm at final 7, trying to get to final 6, so I'll worry about that later. If it gets there, it gets there. Same thing with jury votes. I don't give a fuck about a jury vote right now, or who has whose jury vote or whatever, because I'm not at the point to make that decision. So there's so much game left to play, and yeah.
Okay. So with that, it's about to be time to vote. But first, does anybody have anything they would like to say?
Yeah, I just want to say I know some craziness again happened right before tribal, as it always does. I'm sticking with what I said I was going to do, just so everybody knows. I hope that at least 3 other people stick with that with me.
Anybody else?
Would that be me?
Okay. With that, it is time to vote. I will give you until 44.
Are we all off cam? Okay, I was scared to get back on cam.
I love seeing Vegas in your background, Dave.
I love seeing it too. I'm very much looking forward to after the stress of this tribal going in, just being here.
So, can you do your best? I am Vegas, Brendan. Yeah, from Rachel Riley. Or maybe it's Brendan, I am Vegas.
I'm looking around like that is fully like no thoughts, head empty.
I'm still waiting on one vote to be confirmed, please.
Call them out. Call them out. I'm kidding.
Okay, I have the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to use it, now would be the time to do so.
Yeah, okay. I've been really enjoyed playing this game. I've had a real fun time being in this game. It's been super fun. This is probably the last game I'll play for a while. So I don't necessarily think I need to do this here, but there's enough uncertainty on a handful of votes that I can't tell if something's happening here on myself or potentially Eric. And I'd rather, this is maybe stupid. I'm fine with like playing an idol wrong and going out of the game. So I'm going to play my hidden immunity idol on Eric. And we'll see how that shakes out.
Okay.
Thank you.
This
Okay.
is a hidden immunity idol. If or any votes cast for Eric will not count. Anybody else? Okay. When I read the votes, the decision is final, and the person voted out will have just a few moments to say their goodbyes and leave. First vote, John. Second vote, John. It's 2 votes, John. Third vote, Dave. Fourth vote, Dave. It's 2 votes, Dave, 2 votes, John. Fifth vote, Casey. It's 2 votes, Dave, 2 votes, John, 1 vote, Casey. Sixth vote, John. That's 3 votes, John, 1 vote, Casey, 2 votes, Dave. Seventh vote, and the 18th person voted out, and the 7th member of our jury, John. John, the tribe has spoken. You can give us your goodbyes.
I am so sorry if you can't hear me. This game is so loud. I had a great time playing. Benner, Casey, y'all are fucking dumb for not following through with that shit. Oh my god, I cannot believe you let Dave get through another round. I was not the move. You knew it was right. I'm rooting for who I'm rooting for, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.
John, thank you so much for playing. The tribe has spoken. It is time for you to go. Okay, congratulations to the final 6 of you. One of you 6 will be the winner of Surviving 1984 Happily Never After. So this next challenge is going to be your loved ones challenge. So you will have to find a loved one to compete with you. I don't think we are quite ready to host the challenge yet, but we will let you know when we are, but you can start looking for it.